Welcome back to the Magic Hours. I am Zoe Flowers, and this is a pick a card reading for the chosen ones. Next steps. What are the next steps for you to do now? All right. I'm Zoe Flowers. Obviously, I'm a tarot reader, a channel. I do personal readings and all of that good stuff. I also teach tarot and pretty much anything down the rabbit hole. I am your girl. So let's get into this reading, okay? Next steps for the chosen one. So we have two piles, okay? We only have two piles because we have a lot of cards, all right? And so if you have not ever done a pick a card before, I am going to hold up two charms. So we're also doing a little bit of charm casting, which is divination with charms. And you are going to pick the deck that resonates with you the most, okay? So we have pile number 1, which is signified by this horseshoe with a ladybug in it. So if we could come into focus, can we come into focus? Can you focus? There we go. So we have this four-leaf clover, this horseshoe with a ladybug. Okay. And then for pile number 2, we have this 4-leaf clover and a cow. So I don't know. 4-leaf clover and a cow for pile number 2, and a horseshoe with a ladybug for pile number 1. So it's interesting because each deck has 2 images on it. So I'm going to just invite you to take a deep breath in. Exhale out. And just thinking about pile number 1, that horseshoe with a ladybug, and pile number 2, the 4-leaf clover and a cow. And you're going to just pick which deck image resonates with you the most. Go ahead and open your eyes, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, pile number 1. So if you picked the horseshoe with the ladybug, this is obviously your pile. We actually had a couple of charms to come out, which is really, really interesting. So the other charm that I got with this deck is the Hamsa, right? Which is all about peace and good things. So you have I keep wanting to say 4-leaf clover. But I mean, they pretty much mean the same thing, right? Pile number 1 and pile number 2. So we know ladybugs are associated with good luck, and obviously we know horseshoes are associated with good luck. So already starting off really well, pile number 1. Oh, wow. Okay. So message that you need to know right now, and what are the next steps. So starting off with the archetype, what archetype, should you be embodying right now? And we got Kairos. Okay. And so Kairos, the keywords are mythic time and synchronicity. We've all had experiences of timelessness, of life beyond the ticking clock. It may be felt as time standing still, slow motion, or losing track of time on a walk or in a lovely conversation. This is known as mythic time. This makes me feel like timeline jumping. We gonna see what else we have, but if you have been doing any work around timeline, or you feel like you were born at the wrong time, or you're just coming into the knowledge that you were born at the right time, this is your pile. This card suggests there is a secondary, oh, wow. Okay. Wow. This is known as mythic time, and it is the territory of Kairos. This card suggests there is a secondary time continuum that goes beyond any earthly clocks and schedules. Within this nonlinear realm, we access divine timing. A single moment ripens with auspiciousness. So we already had that ladybug, right? So we already know it's good luck. And our actions change the trajectory of our whole life. Time becomes a living thing that watches over us and tells us precisely when to speak or act. When this card appears, it is all about patience and precision. No clock can guide you. Wait for the rush of inner knowing and not a moment longer. So that is the message there, right? Don't let anybody rush you. Don't let anybody speed anything along for you. And don't let anybody slow you down. The message here is go at your own divine timing. Go at your own divine time. You are here for a very specific reason, obviously. And so you need to lead with that. Okay. The second suggestion is to look deeper. Look deeper into what's going on around you. I'm hearing look deeper into your relationships. Look deeper into how your relationship to time and how you move in relationship to time and how you've navigated 2024 in relation to time. Wow. And along those same lines, we have the 10 of Cups here, which is a card of happiness and fulfillment. We're going to see what the rest of the cards say. But again, since the archetype was about divine timing, look deeper again into relationships, why things seem to be going slow, why things seem to be going fast. Perhaps you've been wanting this happy family. Perhaps you've been striving towards this and working towards this. And so I guess what the message here is to have patience and maybe looking deeper into why certain things are manifesting the way they've manifested in your life is what I'm actually feeling. And if you haven't been able to have that 10 of Cups, look deeper into why that is. 5 of Cups in reverse. So when this is in the upright, this is a card of strife, arguments, things of that nature. And so again, I just feel like this is a time to look into that. I'm hearing look deeper into your triggers, look deeper into the things that trigger you. I'm also hearing look deeper into your non-negotiables and look deeper into maybe the way you've been cutting yourself off or cutting other people off. For some people, it may also be time to actually cut certain relationships off. Okay, Dragonfly, you bring light to this world. Again, this makes me feel like you're here for a reason. You're here to move things forward. You're here to, I'm hearing not to be a bystander, but to actively engage with the material world. If you are super sensitive, if you feel super porous, if you watch certain things before bed and then you have dreams about it, you may have super porous energy. And the goal here is not to shy away from the world, shy away from people, places, and things because it's unsettling. The message here is to strengthen your aura so that you can meet your destiny, is what I'm hearing. So we got, for the herbal astrology, we got the Elder here. And Elder, it talks about wisdom, and it is about rising from the underworld, releasing, letting go, major transformation, higher wisdom, new perceptions, and awakening to the truth. So again, if you're coming out of a place of, again, just like disarray with this 5 of Wands here, know that that is coming to an end. That this is I'm hearing new timeline. Elder Elder signals the end of a phase in life, as well as the beginning of a major cycle. The queen of the underworld, so I guess that's Elder, reminds us of the symbolic death that visits us often as we progress through our physical and metaphysical growth. Elder reminds us of the blooming we experience when we simply allow our old self to decompose. Wow. In giving new life, the old one needs to be torn apart and allowed to die. Don't resist it. Elder is a wise guardian, assisting us as we step through the doorway of darkness. Allow yourself to be consumed by her mighty presence as the Dark Mother protects our spirit as it goes through cycles of transformation. And this particular tree, plant, herb resonates to the sign of Jupiter and the sign of Pluto. And of course, Pluto has moved into Aquarius, and Pluto is the planet of transformation, and Jupiter is the planet of expansion. So you are being moved to a more expansive part of yourself. And that reminds me of this 10 of Cups, which has to do with like emotional stability, because Cups has to do with water signs. So you could be a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, or have that somewhere prominent in your chart. Of course, you don't have to be. And then with these wands, which is fire, that can be Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. And here we are in Sagittarius season. So you might have, some heavy water or fire signs in your chart. But yeah, you are transforming into something different. So speaking of water, hello, Atlantis. This look deeper and this Atlantis, you may have, this is my past life deck, so you actually may have a past life in Atlantis, and this new timeline may come with some new abilities. This new cycle in your life may come with new abilities. We also have 2 dolphins here. And to me, that feels like you could also, and then more little fishies down here. You also could be coming into a new timeline where you're actually connecting with your soul family is what I'm feeling. People that you actually lived with, people that you played with, people that you collaborated with in Atlantis, maybe coming back into your life, maybe around May or June of next year. And so what I'm feeling is, again, really looking deeper into 2024, how you showed up, how you, again, cut yourself off emotionally, how you can be more open, and then allowing yourself to really step into these new gifts, these new talents, these new abilities. And Atlantis is a secret, is an important part of this transformation that you're going through. So again, new powers, new abilities coming through here. Work that needs to be done. So we have the full moon, and again, full moons we just had one, are about release. So again, looking deeper into what needs to be released at this time. Divine masculine in reverse. I would also say looking into your thoughts, feelings, beliefs about the divine masculine and how that has impacted your relationships and how you move in this life. So we also have learning how to be in the world, but not of it. This is going to be very important as you move forward in your new existence. Again, learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. If Atlantis is something that you've been wondering about, thinking about, this is definitely confirmation that you had a life there. So I would say delve into that. Dive deeply into that. I'm sorry, I'm looking for my book, my light book. I just had it. That's so strange. That's so strange. Okay. It's probably right behind me. That's so strange. Okay. It's not right behind me. All right. So we have variants here from another light deck, and that has to do with balancing yourself out. I'm hearing light codes and I'm hearing light language. Working with light codes and light language to help you focus on your next steps. I'm also hearing journaling, spiritual baths, to help you align yourself to higher energies and also to strengthen your auric field. Again, the message here is not to shy away from things that are heavy, but to strengthen your auric field so that you can hold the energy, transmute the energy that will help you and that will ultimately help society as a whole. And we have galactic core. So for me, I'm going to read this one, but what I'm feeling here is we have a galactic core and we have Atlantis. So connection to the galaxy and connection to the water. Galactic core. In the direct middle of the star of all star systems rests the central point of our universe, referred to as the galactic core, known throughout our societies as the birthplace of consciousness. The central core is where life is born and time returns to a complete standstill. Isn't that interesting? We come right back to that time being at a standstill. In receiving this card, the loving light of the galactic core has come your way to remind you that love is your home. Wow. It is a necessary time to pause in the motions and reconnect with self-love, self-care, and release. Oh my God, I was thinking about salt. Wow. I was literally thinking about salt because I've been working with salt. Whether an Epsom salt bath, getting off technology, and walking in the woods, this card is requesting that self-care and compassion towards the self be a priority. The light of the galactic core soothes any recipient who experiences her grace. So too does the self-love heal the human in a world often full of tension. Know you are loved. Now go love yourself. Additional meanings: self-love, letting go, self-kindness, exercise, go into a safe space of solitude, and calm yourself with deep, nourishing breaths. Shift your attention to your heart. Request for the light from your sun, Ra, to beam its energy towards your heart. Once established, specifically request for the light of the galactic central core to broadcast via Ra into your beautiful essence. Feel the energy entering your body, flooding your entire being with soothing light. Well, my goodness, does that not look like this? Does that not look like this? Two different decks. Well, these are the same decks, but two different decks. Learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. Very, very interesting. And then we have obsidian, shadows, mirror, amorphous as the crystal. So this could be your crystal ally. A dark, mysterious crystal, obsidian reaches into the depths of our shadows, shedding light on what needs to be healed in order to move forward. Obsidian serves as a mirror, revealing our deepest truths. Remember, we started off with look deeper. Obsidian's crystalline structure is amorphous, moving beyond conventional time. Are y'all time travelers? Is this my time traveling deck? To dip into the past, present, and future. All my Reiki people out there, this very much is giving Hanshanze Shonen. So maybe Reiki 2, Reiki 3, if you got a little Hanshanze Shonen. Wow, a little time travel. Moving beyond conventional time to dip into the past, present, and future, and wielding great power to clear any obstacles. Use obsidian as a shield against psychic attacks and to ground your base chakra to planet Earth. And this resonates to Sagittarius and Saturn. And again, here we are in Sagittarius. We already had the 5 of Wands. And so, yeah, this tells me that this is the time to start this work. This is the time to start this work of focus and of getting back in balance. Powerful, powerful, powerful. Powerful. Oh, wow. Look at that. A new romantic cycle begins. Remember I saw them dolphins? And we talked about that, finding your people, finding your soul family. Balance, coming into balance, because we have Libra here. These two things look so similar to me. This looks like a scale. So balancing out your emotions so that all these things can come in. Your dreams need a practical plan. This card was in reverse with the full moon in Taurus. So I feel like, you know, when things are out of balance, when we have certain ideas about how things should be, how things are, that can knock us out of balance. And it's hard to plan when we're out of balance. And so I feel like all of this sort of balancing, this taking into account time, slowing down, pausing. Of course, we have Taurus, which is a slower sign. You know, Taurus is going to take its time. This is the message here. Slow down, take your time so that you can plan and so that you can focus. We have trust and potential. Both of these were in reverse, okay? So again, it just feels like there's a need to slow down. There's a need to pause, look at your life very deeply. And perhaps the question is, how can I trust myself more? And how can I unleash my potential, my inner potential? Okay. So doing all of this inward work so that, as I had said before, it can come out and manifest itself in the world. We have the initiation, rites of passage. Now, this also was in reverse, and the ever unfolding rose, cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. Both of these cards to me feel like, again, just taking the time to pause, looking at things from a deeper perspective, almost like the hangman, looking at things from a different perspective, looking at the bigger picture and understanding what you're going through is actually an initiation to take you to a higher level, to take you to a higher vibrational set point. Okay, that is what I'm feeling, pile number one. And luck is on your side. We started out with the horseshoe and the ladybug, so we know luck is on your side. And then we have I am bold. I speak my truth in a loving way. My courage to communicate my needs is powered by my love for self and love of others. I am bold. So there is your affirmation. I am bold. That also feels very much like Taurus energy to me. Taurus can be a very bold sign. And so the more balanced you are, the slower you move, the more focus you have, you can put your plans into a concrete, you can, like they said, make your dreams need a practical plan. So creating a practical plan for your dreams, and then you can be bold. All right. Let me know if this resonates for you, pile number one. If you made it this far, put a 1 in your chat. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm really trying to get to 2,000 by next month. 2,000 subscribers. I'm already a little over 1,500. So please help me grow. And I will see you soon. Bye. Okay. If you picked the clover and the cow, this is your pile. So obviously the 4-leaf clover is about good luck. And as I was thinking about the cow, I was thinking how cows are revered in other countries and they are seen as sacred. And so I am feeling like this is about, what I'm hearing is you being your own temple, you being a temple of good fortune. All right, that's what I'm hearing. And then the other thing we got here was an Arc de Triomphe. And so this feels like travel to me. And you know what? I'm also hearing the word ancient. I feel like this ancient and this cow are connected somehow. Being ancient, being sacred, like yeah. I feel like it's about being ancient in some way. Not sure how, but we'll see. So your archetype, your archetype to embody is Aletheia, okay? And Aletheia is about the truth. And it says, our soul recognizes the truth. When someone speaks it, a cool wave of relief washes over the room, and all the facts and figures in the world fall by the wayside. Such is the power of Aletheia. It has an undeniable resonance that goes beyond the rational. We can also recognize Aletheia by its contagiousness. When we hear someone speak the truth, we see the truth within ourselves and are more likely to tell our own story. The Aletheia card requires us to step toward an act of truth. This might look like a conversation, a gesture, a poetic act, or a ritual that honors the unveiling of what's been concealed. Reclaiming your own truth is a way to reclaim your vital energy, health, and sense of belonging in the world. Truth has its own wings. Set it free. Okay, so truth, I feel like, again, seeing yourself as sacred, as ancient, that is all connected to me. Like your soul being old, being connected. My hand is itching. I feel like that means money. That does mean money's coming when your hand is itching. So let's get into this. So what's crowning your reading is the Wheel of Fortune. And so this is about changes. This is about cycles. This is about luck, unexpected events, and decisive moments. Wow. I also have written here in the margins, time and fate. Wow. Okay, so we have the Six of Swords. So moving away from ideas. For me, the Six of Swords, because we see we're going from choppy water. Well, you can't really see it in this deck, but in the... Excuse me. Thank you. In the Rider-Waite deck, it actually shows you're going from choppy water to smooth water. And you're coming from a hard time, going to a, I'm just going to say softer time. And we know swords has to do with air signs. So you could be a Libra, Aquarius. Oh man, all of a sudden my allergies, my hands itching. What is going on, y'all? You could be an Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini. Of course, you don't have to be, but that is what's signified by the swords, and swords has to do with thoughts and ideas. And for me, this coupled with this change and cycle, because the Six of Swords, again, is going to a better place in your thoughts and in your ideas, but the goal is not to bring the old baggage with you. Now, in the traditional Rider-Waite, the swords are in the boat. I like how in this, the swords are actually on the deck. So they are leaving those old thoughts, those old ideas behind as they are going somewhere new. And it's very interesting to me that this Wheel of Fortune is here. And so what I'm hearing, chosen ones, is that there are unexpected things coming. There are changes coming. You are moving into a new cycle. There is a decisive moment coming, and you cannot let your old ideas hold you back. Wow. Happy love. A joyful, stable partnership and good friends. So this is a sigil. This is my sigil deck. I should have said that with pile number 1. So, you know, if you want to screenshot this, because you can use sigils to meditate on, to think about. So maybe you want to screenshot this and put it somewhere where you're going to see it all the time. If you're trying to bring a stable partnership or a joyful, stable partnership and good friends into your life. So if you've been coming from a place where you haven't felt supported, kind of like pile number 1, you're coming into a new cycle. And I'm hearing, let yourself dream about that. Let yourself, you could even see yourself in the boat of the Six of Swords. You could see yourself as the Six of Swords in the back of the boat, being taken from a place of isolation more to a place of acceptance. Okay. And the Wheel of Fortune is also, you know, it's a card of karma. You put in what you get out with this card. And so for me, this is like, seeing the fruits of your labor. So this is a message that, yeah, if you've been doing your work, you're going to see the fruits of your labor. So my herbal deck here, the herb we have here is milk thistle, which says peaceful warrior. And this resonates to the moon and to Mars. So again, keywords: peaceful warrior, shield, truth keeper, justice is what is sticking out to me. I'm not going to read all of this, but I will just read this. Milk thistle dispels the damaging and destructive thoughts that can induce an endless loop of self-sabotage, abandon, insecurity, gossip, and fear-based protection strategies that enable frustration or a false sense of growth. Do not waste your time trying to control what cannot be controlled. I don't think I need to say anything else, but what I will say is this is card number 23, and the numerology on that, we would add the 2 plus 3, because that's what we do with double digits in numerology, and we would come to the number 5, and 5 does represent freedom, among other things, okay? So again, there is a change a-coming, and so we got to keep our thoughts in line. So, past life deck, wars and battles. Isn't that interesting that we have the Civil War here? If, chosen ones, not only is this the obvious, you've been through wars and battles in this life, and there's a need to, I feel like this is just confirmation, right? This is just confirmation of the Six of Swords. We're moving away from that. The Wheel of Fortune, we're moving away from that. But we're going to go one step further, because I do believe in past lives. So you may have had a past life where you experienced wars and battles, and perhaps that is still in your energy. It is still in your auric field, and perhaps you're having a hard time believing that good things can come because you have this energy in your auric field. Wow. Confirmation, confirmation, confirmation. Wow. Okay. So she faces many obstacles and foes. There is a fork in the road. There's a fork in the road. We're coming to a decisive change. And whereas with this protection card, whereas you faced many obstacles, battles, wars in the past, now you're coming to a fork in the road, and Spirit wants you to know that you are protected. I find this very interesting. Golly, this is so interesting. This is card 01, and this is card 10. 1, new beginnings. What has been will not be. Just because it hasn't happened doesn't mean it is not going to happen, okay? You are protected. You are protected. You have come to a fork in the road, and things will not be as they were. But I'm going to say we have to keep our thoughts high. We have to keep our thoughts in a high place, because the 7-star sisters, we are birthing a new world. We are birthing a new creation. We are birthing a new world. So we have come to this fork in the road. We're looking back. We've faced so many battles, okay? But karma is on our side this time, and we can go a different way. We can go the way of creation. We don't have to do what we did in the past. 2 plus 5, 7, divine number, God's number. We are manifesting something new. Isn't it funny how birthing, creation, and manifestation are right here together? That is the message of this reading. Understand that you're birthing something new. We have sacred geometrics here, so maybe doing a little working with sacred geometry will be helpful. I guess that's why I showed you that that sigil. Any sound I take as confirmation. Okay, sacred geometry. Let's see. Going deeper into these codes laid on Earth reveal new technologies, messages, and transmissions of universal knowledge when explored from the encoded perspective. Starting at sacred geometrics in meditative gaze or visualizing them. Let's get to the meat. The card of sacred geometrics arrives when your star family of light is requesting for you to explore more deeply into the foundation of all matter. Fam, I cannot make this up. Now is a good time to look into numerology. I did not talk about numerology in the other deck, but I talked about it here. Now is the time to look into numerology, sacred geometry, and activate your scientific mind to understand at the core level this mathematical perfection of the universe. This card may also relate for you to look into the numbers of a contract, use logic to solve a problem, pay attention to certain numbers in your daily life, and be more analytical to a current life situation. Weigh the pros and cons of the situation and trust that logic too serves an important purpose at this time. Be a being of balance. And one of the key words here is common sense. Okay? I love that. I love that. I love that. So common sense, understanding that all of these karmic messages, all of these things are amazing. All of these past life things are amazing, but we do still live on a material plane. And so, yes, using logic is critical as well because we're manifesting and we're co-creating something new. Wow. Pile number 1 had the full moon in Taurus. We have the new moon in Taurus. So again, that practical, we need to be practical in all the things we do. However, prosperity lies ahead. Wow. This is something else. To me, this card with the unicorn is always believing that making the impossible possible, believing that the impossible is possible for us and that we are in a gateway. Yeah, I get this. So we're going to put these 3 together. So we have prosperity lies ahead. We have gateway. So, and then we have boundaries in reverse. So I feel like this is a very simple story, right? Like the gateway to our prosperity is that we set boundaries, right? Very practical. Very, very, very practical. Where do you need to establish boundaries? Very practical, very mindful. Okay, so what can help us here? So the crystal ally we have is ametrine, and it's about energy, it's about intuition, and it's about being connected. A combination of amethyst and citrine, ametrine opens the pathway between the physical realm and the spiritual realm. I'm literally done. With a sunny disposition, this stone can alleviate stress during challenging life transitions. With the ability to go beyond the surface, ametrine brings the shadow parts of us to light, healing deep wounds, back to that 6 of Swords energy in the very beginning, and trauma by confronting them directly. Ametrine encourages you to hop in the driver's seat, very practical, and take control over your life, aiding in discernment and clarity. Ametrine gives you the confidence to take the lead. And it resonates to Libra, which again, we had the swords earlier, Jupiter, Neptune, and Pluto. Lots of Jupiter and Pluto energy. That was in pile number 1 in another deck. So again, Neptune, deep, Jupiter, expansion, Pluto, transformation. So deep, expansive transformation, which kind of sounds like a wheel of fortune to me, sounds like a decisive moment to me, is afoot. And the message here is to be practical, grounded, and to step into the spiritual and do the spiritual cleansing. This was also in reverse, and this is card number 5 again. Okay, so again, the key to freedom. And isn't that funny? Because we had the Hamsa as one of the extra charms for pile number 1. And here it is again. right? So spiritual cleansing is needed. Spiritual cleansing is needed so that we will be ready to take the voyage of the Six of Wands. Wow. And here's your affirmation. I am discerning. I love myself enough to say no. What? 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 I love myself enough to say no to people and situations that don't deserve my highest good. I am discerning. And it's number 20, which is a 2, pile number 2. That's it. That's all I got. Drop down in the comments. Put a 2 in the chat if you made it this far. Please like, share, subscribe. As I said in the other pile, I am working towards getting to 1,600 followers over the next coming weeks. I'm already at 1,504. So let's beat that algorithm and keep these great messages coming. And I will see you soon. Bye.